Is Jamaica's Ackera Nugent a future world champion? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now just hit that subscribe button so the channel can grow. We have a personal goal of hitting 10,000 subscribers as soon as it's possible. Also, if you enjoy our content, please hit the like button. The algorithms absolutely love it. It pushes out our content, pushes out the vlogs. And please do not be afraid to leave a comment. So let's get back to this video. Are you ready? Yep, good to go. By the time Akira Nugent had turned 16, she had already established a youth under 18 world record in the girls' 100-meter hurdles. So let's look back at this young athlete. She's just 18, people. Stellar record. And see if we can answer the question. Will she become eventually a world champion? At the corporate area champs in the girls' class 100-meter hurdles, representing Excelsior High School, Nugent dominates the race with absolute ease, easing out, as you just saw, in the last 10 meters to win in a wonderfully spectacular time of 13.70. Now, this is something that I, and I'm sure many of you who are track fans, had grown accustomed to see. This young lady has been dominating in the hurdles for quite some time, running extremely impressive times in the hurdles. As I said, by the time she was 16, she had established the world record. Let me quantify the world record in the under 18 group category. At the JAA National Senior and Junior Championships held at the National Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica, she wins easily in a time of 13.18 seconds, the girls' 100-meter hurdles. With the emergence of gold medal wins in the Olympics and World Championships with people like Omar McLeod, of course, most recently Hansel Parchment in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and we cannot forget the stellar bronze medal won by the amazing Megan Tapper in the recent Tokyo Olympics. It appears to me that the emergence of Jamaica as a massive force in the 100-meter women's hurdles is on the rise. Here, Nugent breaks the world record in the under 18 category, running an astounding 12.89. People, trust me, 12.89 at the age of 16. To be running 12.89 at the age of 16, this is something that I'm trying to find a perspective for you guys to understand. Believe me, this is beyond impressive. This is an amazing accomplishment for a 16-year-old. And what is really remarkable about this young lady is Akira Nugent is only getting better and stronger. Her consistency is important. At the Carifta Games in 2019, she lowers her age group world record to a time of 13.24. The win was extremely impressive, as you can see. With these remarkable and impressive world-class times, it was only natural that she'd be scouted by several overseas universities. Nugent has signed with Baylor University out of Texas. The young athlete is under the tutelage of Coach Todd Harbour. To quote the Baylor Track Review, Nugent, meanwhile, has already exceeded all expectations for her debut year. She rises to the moment. You have some athletes that just rise to the level of the competition. Baylor coach Todd Harbour said, "I think Akira is like that." Earlier this year, 2021, Nugent establishes another world record. In the 60-meter hurdles, she runs a remarkably impressive world record time for the under 20 category, winning in a spectacular 7.92 over the 60-meter hurdles. Not a world leader, no people, a world record. Keep stating throughout the vlog, she's only getting better. This season in the 100-meter hurdles, Akira Nugent ran a remarkable 12.63. However, the win wasn't legal, people. It was a plus 3.3 wind, so it definitely wasn't legal, and therefore it wasn't ratified. But I know some of you don't like when I say this, but she still ran 12.63. 12.63. Nugent then headed to the World Athletics Under 20 Championship held in Nairobi, Kenya early this year. She was a clear favorite to win the hurdles 100 meters, especially since she entered with the world best time in the under 18 category. She stated in an interview, she said, actually, it's really important for me to make history, having not won gold for Jamaica in the 100-meter hurdles in like 30 years. I need to work a little bit more going into the elite stage. It was Jamaica's Gillian Russell who in 1990 and 1992 had previously won the World Athletics Under 20 100-meter hurdles championship. What I liked about this particular interview was the fact that she's completely aware of what she needs to do to get to the next level. You heard what she said? So this race was remarkable. The only possible competition she had was young Munjinga, who fell, as you saw. She easily dominated this race, winning in an extremely impressive time. And she had done so throughout the rounds. From the heats into the semifinals, she won all her races and was just absolutely, completely, utterly dominant. One of the things I liked about this particular run was the clear maturity that you see between her running at Excelsior in class, 2, 1, and now. You've seen the growth. And of course, it's impressive for her to run that particular time. I mean, 12.95 with I think a plus 0.8 wind is extremely impressive. Extremely impressive. So she has only gotten better. She has been consistent in her growth. Her technique, and I've said this in my previous vlogs, you need to go check them out, that the 100 meter and 110 meter hurdles may be the most difficult sprint on the planet of Earth, because not only do you have to have amazing strength and speed, but you must have perfect and flawless technique. If you clip a hurdle, it's game over. And her technique is just absolutely remarkable. I really think this young lady is one of the best there is at this point in her life, at the age of 18. Now, I know some of you are going to be saying, Lord Peter, she gone up foreign, and why, why she don't train with Coach Stephen Francis, or she don't train with, it'll come back to me. Usain Bolt's previous coach. But listen to me. How many people like that do we actually have here in Jamaica? I mean, I'm not saying we don't have great coaches, but how many coaches at that level do we actually possess? All these remarkable athletes. One of the things about Jamaica is that we have such a massive amount of talent. Where do we put them all? And that most coaches specialize. So you may have a coach who is exceptional with female athletes, or exceptional with the sprints, or the half track, or the one track. Maybe she decided to go to Baylor because, Coach Todd Harbour is the best at what he does. And she seems to be thriving. I mean, please remember that the great Veronica Campbell-Brown did not train here, and she's legendary. I completely understand your concern, because you seem to be right. I mean, like I said, you people are some of the most knowledgeable persons where track and field is concerned. I must concede. But you have to remember that we don't have all those resources, and we have a preponderance of talent. We have so much talent in this country, it's almost frightening. And I know I'm going to do a piece on this, because I know that a lot of us wonder why is that the transition phase from state champs level to to, professional athlete is not as good. But it seems to be much better with the women. I can't tell you why. And as I said, in her first year as a freshman, she's thriving. She's broken the 60-meter hurdle record, under 20, that is. She's doing extremely well. She's winning her races. I mean, she hasn't won all her races, but she's doing extremely well. And in terms of the markers, she is thriving. Well, I want to hear your opinion. Do you think that Akira Nugent is on the path to become a world champion? Now, technically, and I knew this when I asked the question, she's technically already a world champion. She's just a world champion in the youth under 20 category, winning that 100 meter in Nairobi recently, earlier this year, in the under 20 category, 100 meter hurdles, makes her a world champion. But I'm talking about as a senior. Will she become, do you think she's on the path to become a world champion? Personally, I think without a doubt she is. She doesn't seem to be suffering from any major injury. She's only getting better. She seems to be adjusting at Baylor University in Texas. Her times are remarkable. Come on, a world under 20 record in the 60 meter. It says a lot. But there's one final element that I purposefully left until the end of the vlog. We have established that she's brilliant in the 60 meter hurdles. We have established that she's brilliant in the 100 meter hurdles. But again, Akira Nugent also demonstrates a level of diversity that is unusual in any one lap or half lap or 100 meter sport. She's also an extremely strong 400 meter hurdler. And I think this is one of the reasons why I really believe that she's on a path to become a world champion. She has the speed, clearly, the endurance. She has the technique down pat. The ability to dominate in the 400 meter hurdles, the 100 meter hurdles, and the 60 meter hurdles is not a normal thing. It should not be taken for granted. And I specifically left this to the end because, when we speak of the sprints often regarding athletes, we very, very rarely see athletes with this level of diversity. The only person I can think of, Sharika Jackson, of course, who, in the one lap, the 400 meter, the 200 meter, and the 100 meter is one of the top 10, if not one of the top 15 in the world. Just a remarkable talent. And I see an Akira Nugent going in the same direction. I think this level of diversity, the ability to run the 60 meter, she presently has the under 20 world record, right? The 100 meter, she has the under 18 world record and the title of the under 20 World Athletics Youth Championship record in the girls 100 meter hurdles. And she has demonstrated tremendous power, endurance, and strength in the 400 meter girls hurdles. And I think that kind of diversity speaks to an ability to therefore now branch out into different aspects of hurdling. I think once she remains injury-free, and she seems to be doing that so far, as I said, if she adjusts at Baylor University, and it looks as if she's adjusting, she's doing extremely well as a freshman. She's doing extremely well. She has had an amazing, the last 4 years of her athletic career has actually just been remarkable. And to cap off 2021, winning the global title of under 20 100 meter hurdle girls champion is a remarkable feat. And she's just 18 years old. She's just 18. So yes, people, on a personal level, I think unequivocally, she's going to become a world champion. And I don't mean in 40 years' time. I mean in the next 2 years. Remember, this channel, Peter Lloyd Ward said it. She is going to become a world champion athlete. I'm talking about world championships, etc. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please remember to hit the subscribe button. We are on our way to getting to that 10,000 subs. It's all because of you, and it's only because of you. Also, if you enjoyed the content, hit the like button. It does a lot. It pushes us up the algorithms, and people, it's absolutely free. Also, make sure you comment. I love to read your comments because I learn so much. And as always, bless up.